All right, there we go. What's going on? We're another episode of Sports Talk Unfiltered, where we're talking all sports all the time. We had a big week of sports talk, and we're gonna jump into it in a few minutes. So, first of all, how's everybody doing?
Good. What's going on?
Elliot, you good?
I'm doing all right. It's a good
All right.
day.
Well, that's the end of all of the undefeated teams. Seemed like this was a week that all the undefeated teams went down. Howard, you did good on those picks. For that, you picked a lot of the underdogs. Um, a lot of them came out on top. So what I want to do is, first of all, we got the 49ers that lost first, man, to the Browns. What do you guys think about that loss to the Browns? You think that was just kind of an overlooked game? McCaffrey out, they had some injuries. They're still the best team in the NFL. They just came across something with the Browns. Anybody can go on that.
Nothing has changed, man. San Francisco is still the best team in the NFL. Um, it's 16 games. We play a season for a reason. Everybody gonna have their day. Tony said all the time, these are professional players. They come to play every game. And the Browns are not a bad team. Browns is getting in stride with their defense, beginning to gel to being the players as a unit, and they looking good. And they caught the 49ers on a good night where they were playing to their expected level, and they came out on top. But they don't take it on the 49ers still the number one team in the NFL.
I'll say it for a different reason. I agree with Elliot that this was a week where they ran up against what people didn't realize is that coming into the game, the Browns had the number one defense, and so when you run up against the number one defense and you lose your top two offensive players in that game, it's going to be hard for you to keep doing what you were expected to do. They did pretty well early on. Once McCaffrey and once Debo went down, the offense kind of stalled, and you can't stall against the number one defense. So I'm only worried about the 49ers if there's significant injuries to McCaffrey and Debo. And as of right now, it looks like McCaffrey at least has been able to avoid the long season in the injury.
Howard.
Um, we can look at that they lost their two players or not. If you're supposed to be an elite team, you're supposed to get on the field. Somebody else supposed to step in the spot. I'll say this, man. The Browns got the number one defense in the NFL. Only reason they didn't score a lot of points is because Deshaun Watson didn't play. I think that what I saw was if you rattle him, if you put pressure on him, it's a different. He's just like any other quarterback. I'm not gonna say he's not gonna be a good. He may even be a great quarterback, but this thing that he don't won 10 in a row and all of this bogus mess. Their defense is elite. We already know that. 49ers defense is elite. The offense is good. The offense is just one of the top offenses in the league too. I got to go. I got to say that as well, even with the fellows in there. But I just think that the matchup with them, the Browns matched up better to them as far as any team I've seen this year. They matched up with them well, and the Browns were missing pieces as well, but they matched up with them well. And that defense, the defensive front, man, is something to be reckoned with, man. The Browns got a good team, man. They got a good team. They had a couple of losses that could have been wins, but look, I just 49ers is still one of the top two. You got to give it to them because of the way they play so far. But I still think the matchup with the Browns was a great matchup for them to see what they would look like. And if they played Philly now, if San Francisco played Philly now, they will have to have everybody to beat Philly. If they don't, they're going to lose.
All right, all right. We had another big loss too. That came up. The Eagles lost against the Jets. What do you think? What happened with this game? with the Eagles and the Jets. How did we end up losing that? Because nobody really saw that coming. Or
I
really
did.
oh yeah, actually, actually, Howard
I
did
did.
see that coming. Howard did see that coming. You did pick that. Tony, you frown up. You don't think Howard saw it coming? You think he was just picking against the
I wasn't just picking just to be picking. I picked because, first and foremost, the Jets were at home. Secondly, Wilson has been playing pretty good the last 3 games that they played. Even though I didn't know at the time that they were going to be down 2 defensive backs, one of their best ones, I thought they were playing. I didn't know until Sunday that they weren't playing. So I looked at their defense. Their defense has held them in every game this year, aside for the Cowboys game. That's the only game that their defense, and they really was, in and out with that. But, Dallas put something together. It is what it is. Philadelphia is not playing up to par. They got a lot of things that they still got to work out too. And one thing that I'm going to tell y'all, and believe it when I say it, he's got to get what's number 6 name, Tony? From Alabama?
Smith, yeah.
They got to get him more involved, man. He's reliant too much on, yes. He's and I guess ever since Brown got mad at him because he wasn't giving him the ball, it just seems like that's who he looks for on the field now. And that's not how they're built, man. He's built with spreading that thing out. So they got a lot of stuff to work on just as well. But the Jets defense, man, is an elite defense. And I figured that they would give Philly problems because they were at home. If they was in Philly, I might have said, I might probably take Philly. But I knew they was at home, and they play better at home than they do on the road. But their last 3 games, they've been playing well. They're 3-3 now. When they started off, what, 0-3? Am I correct?
No,
Hey,
yeah.
they're 1-2.
I called it.
They won
started
game
1-2?
Yeah, they won. They beat the Bills.
The one on 10-10. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they beat the Bills.
You're right.
Then lost the next 3.
They beat the Bills. Right.
Yeah.
But their defense,
so I'll
man,
say this.
Go ahead,
Oh
Tom.
no, I'm sorry. I didn't even cut you off, but yeah, I'll say this. Howard, I agree. It's the Jets defense. We've been saying all year that the Jets defense was good enough to get them to the Super Bowl, provided Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback. So if they had that kind of expectation, I felt going in that they were going to give Philly a good game, because Philly has played tight games in every game, except for beating, I think it was the Chargers or the Rams. Can't remember, but either way. The biggest problem with Philly is they just don't have that continuity that they had last year. And you can expect that with a team that has lost their OC and their DC. All right. So it's going to take time for those guys to gel. I don't think this is the best Philly team that we're going to see this year. I believe Week 17 is going to be a far better Philly team than what we're seeing right now, because it does take time to gel. Having said that, it's still concerning that 6 weeks in, that gelling isn't happening. You're right, Howard. Devontae Smith is an afterthought. Dallas Goedert isn't really getting the ball. And to be honest, their line isn't playing as good as it did last year. Maybe it's the different protections in the new offense. I don't know what it is, but Jalen Hurts doesn't seem comfortable back there behind the line. He seems like he's willing to bail a whole lot quicker than he would before. He's not staying in the pocket, finding those open guys and hitting the open receiver. So I think, and then Lane Johnson did go down in that game, which, Quentin Williams is on the other side, bro. It's not going to be an easy day, even with your Pro Bowler. You take your Pro Bowler out, it's going to be a rough day. So I think I think each one of these wins were predictable, even though I wouldn't have found them to be probable. I knew they were both possible. And to be honest, I'm not really worried about either team at this point.
Wow. All right, so being undefeated Anybody being undefeated really don't mean anything right now. This was just a fluke week.
So the
I
good
wouldn't
thing
say
is,
fluke, but
no, go ahead, Elliot.
no, I wouldn't say it's a fluke week. But I mean, again, I didn't see either one of those teams going 16-0.
Yeah.
As good as they were, I mean, you just wasn't gonna have a week where you wasn't gonna play to your best potential, your best ability. It just happened. It's the NFL.
Yeah. Any given Sunday, anybody can win, anybody can lose, depending upon the
Yeah.
situation that they're in. And then you can overlook teams.
I mean, right. It's more like boxing where styles make fights. I mean, if you look at Dallas, the Cardinals, you know what I mean? It was that matchup wasn't good for Dallas. You know what I mean? And so
Right.
it doesn't necessarily mean who's the better overall team. Sometimes styles just make fights.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. And we'll get back to some more football. I was looking at the something on the on one of these sports talks, and they were talking about NBA and how good Phoenix looked with the addition of Bradley Beal to go paired alongside KD and Devin Booker. Like there was just an unstoppable force. So what I wanted to know is, who do you have in the West coming out of the West? The Lakers, the Suns, or the Clippers?
Clippers.
You forgot the Nuggets.
Oh, the Nuggets. Yeah. I forgot the Nuggets. Yeah. That's a good one. I knew it was one. Who do you got coming out?
All right, Golden State don't make the list either, huh?
Ooh,
officials said.
Just
Hey,
leave it open, man.
Who
you got coming out?
I got it there. Here you go. We got Lakers, Suns, Clippers, Nuggets, and Warriors. Who you got coming out the West?
I want to say the Suns. I want to say the Lakers, man, but they just will not play 84 games, bro. And my problem with that, I think, to
82.
me, these guys take 82. Thank you.
They got two. They got two more if they win the in-season tournament. But go ahead.
I just can't. I think I see Denver clipping them on both of them. They've been the most consistent.
Here's the thing. I like Denver. To me, it's you're depending too much on Michael Porter Jr., right? Because last year they got what everybody would consider to be unexpected offensive play from Brown. Nobody saw that coming. He was the perfect piece. He guarded the best guard, which allowed Murray to go and take the second guard so Murray could stay rested. They also lost Green. And so my thing is, you can't lose such integral pieces. It's what always happens to championship teams. Championship teams start to lose pieces, and that's how the team goes down. I think everything went right for the Suns last year. Everything broke right for them. And they got unexpected players that now you're expecting them to stay healthy all year like they did this year. Now you're expecting, those young guys to be able to step up and fill the role that was, vacated by those two veterans. When I see, and I know this is going to sound absolutely crazy, but I see the Suns as being one of the deepest teams in the league.
Deep.
And that sounds crazy. Yeah, deep. So when they go straight to their bench, they go to Eric Gordon, who Eric Gordon could, if he wanted to right now, could still be an all-star in this league. He's a scorer. He's a good defender. He's a playmaker. So he could take Bradley Beal off the ball. He could take Devin Booker off the ball. He can run pick and roll. He can do those things. They have everybody on their roster is a solid role player. You bring a guy in like Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen has played for a title. I think Grayson Allen won a title with the Bucks. You still have Damian Lee, who won a title with Golden State. They just have some guys, and they make no mistake about it. They're not trying to stop anybody, but they plan on winning 150 to 142. And I don't see any defense. I don't care how good you are. I don't see any team being able to stop. That is the best assembly of offensive players. And people underrate Yusuf Nurkic. He is a very good, not kind of good, a very good pick and roll center because he can pop. He can roll, do the soft roll, hit the little short jumper. He can roll to the basket and finish around the rim. He's a plus defender. He's not the greatest defender, but he's a plus defender who can anchor in the back. I like it. What you say?
He's just a big body to me.
Exactly.
He's got a decent game. He's He's definitely a big body. But I just look at you've been saying it all along, so are you gonna stay with it? That you say that bench is gonna be pretty good, but I'm just saying, man. Time will tell. You know. Time will tell.
So who do you got? Who do you got?
As far as what, Bishop?
As far as who coming out of the West?
Shucks, man. That's tough, man. That's tough. I don't know what Denver's going to look like without Brown. With Brown gone, Brown was a big piece of their defense and offense, really. So I don't know what it's going to look like, but I won't count Golden State out. But I would lean towards Phoenix as well. I would lean towards Phoenix as well.
Phoenix. So who do you got, Elliot?
I'm gonna say Denver.
Why?
Like I was saying, I just don't. I mean, the Lakers, my boys in my squad. I just don't see.
Because they got a
the
ring.
Lakers.
They
Other
got the ring.
Suns, they do got them, Tony. They got them, but I just don't see them staying healthy enough to be where they need to be. Because if they're gonna do it, they need to finish top 3.
Who LA?
Yeah, they need to finish top 3.
Do you think they can finish top 3, Howard?
I think they could be in the top 4. I say 4. I think they could finish up there. If they play like they did last year, the second half of the season, or whatever midway point where they started, they got everybody young. I think they can. I think they can be right in there. I think it could be Phoenix, Denver, Golden State, and the Lakers. But I can't discount. You can't discount the Grizzlies. You might have to because your boy missing 25 games.
You can't discount the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I can. I discounted them last year.
What? But they ran into a whole lot of issues with people being hurt, man.
They're too immature.
Well, you got Marcus Smart there to help them out now. How about that?
One dude.
I mean,
they do have Derrick Rose. They do have Derrick Rose, so I say Derrick Rose.
You think Derrick Rose makes a difference of if they can win the West or not?
Well, he's not saying that
keeping them afloat.
Yeah,
keeping them afloat and getting their head right.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all don't think they can actually win the West. You just think they can beat.
Oh no. They got five. You got 5 teams that.
I don't know, man.
Say no to that.
Here's the thing. I think another name on this list is Sacramento. And the reason why I think Sacramento is because they just play a style that's close to the Warriors, but with a pressing defense. You know what I mean? And like you said, styles make fights. I could see them matching up with the right team and going through and running them. I could see them winning all the way, getting the 3 seed. And this time they got the Clippers in the first round and or the Grizzlies in the first round. And I think they can match up well and beat both of those teams. And then, I mean, who knows? They run up against the Warriors this year, they might be able to take them. They run up against the Nuggets this year, because they have the pieces that they have, they might be able to take them. I think De'Aaron Fox is that dude. So, I mean, I'm not going to sleep on them. But I'm going to say something that y'all might look at me crazy, but I could just as easily see Denver being the 5 seed as I can. I see a way that they could be the 5 seed just as way I can see them being the 1 seed.
Wow.
I just got to see what they look like.
And it's not because of Denver. It's because of what the rest of these teams have done. You know what I mean? Everybody else has gotten markedly better. It's one of those things where you just don't know because on paper, they all should win.
Right. There you go.
Right. That's true. That's true. All right. But back to NFL. I was looking at this question somebody had, and I'm trying to get a feel for what do you guys think? Who is playing the QB position the best so far this year?
Go ahead, Tony. I already know who you're gonna say.
Who I'm gonna say?
He in Detroit. You gonna say him?
Jared Goff. Jared Goff is playing the quarterback position this year. Second would only be Tua Tagovailoa. Those two players are playing quarterback better than everybody else. All the big names. They've been the most consistent. They've been the most explosive. These two guys are playing the quarterback position better than everyone, and I lean Goff over Tua.
You ain't gonna put Purdy in there?
No. I'm not. There's nothing against Purdy. He's not been as explosive. And Sunday's game was a donut for him, bro. It wasn't just a bad game. It was a horribly bad game.
I mean, that's what I was saying.
But I mean, and that's nothing against him. I'm saying those two teams, Detroit and Miami, are where they are because of their quarterbacks.
But Detroit, but Miami got dumped like Dallas got dumped by the 49ers. By Buffalo. I mean,
Buffalo ain't trash, bro.
And then they turned around and lost to Jacksonville. So I'm saying,
any given Jacksonville ain't trash, bro.
I mean, I know, but I'm just still saying. I'm putting all of that out there because, you know, you look at these quarterbacks, man, and don't get me wrong, I want to say it, but I might have to say it. Purdy has been better than I thought he was going to be. Because I said that he ain't really doing a whole full season last year, and they put him on a pedestal. But he came into this year and started his first, 4 games? 5 games. He did pretty good. He showed me some things that you know, until Sunday. But still, your boy in Detroit though, man, he's been steady the whole season. So I got to lean towards him as well. I got to, because he's been steady from game 1. And the game that they lost to Seattle, they should have never lost. So they could very well be 6-0. But, you know, I say I'm with Tony. I'm with Tony on that.
Elliot.
Man, I know you just didn't. It said who's playing the best, and you saying Brock Purdy is playing one of the best?
He's leading in QBR. He's leading in QBR. I'll say that. But that's a bunch of screens and dumps to McCaffrey and stuff like that.
They have weapons that boy, the Rams reject, Jared Goff don't have.
Nah, wait. I got to stop you there. What? They have some weapons. They have real legitimate. Listen, Amon-Ra St. Brown has become that dude. Jameson Williams, he just got back off suspension, but that boy could take the top off of any defense. You got to put Dion and Randy Moss at strong and free safety to make sure this boy don't get over the top. Then you have Laporta, this rookie, who's playing, I'd say at this point, about no worse than second best at tight end for the season. They have Montgomery and Gibbs at running back that they can pass the ball off to. Gibbs ain't that far from McCaffrey, and Montgomery can give him that power run. So I'm not discounting the weapons that Detroit have, because they got real legitimate weapons, which is why I don't think this is a fluke.
No, and that's exactly what I'm saying. I just don't think that they're playing in the same two systems. The ball, and he can play it safe. Brock Purdy ain't got to come out there and win the game. Golf is playing all the control right now. He balling. It ain't. Yeah, he got the weapons, but he actually playing some football. Now, I put him at number 2. My number 1 gonna be that boy Mahomes. Mahomes is still, to me,
He's not. He's
What
not.
Man,
back-
shut up, man.
He's
He
not.
is
Hold
not
on.
in that
Quarterback in the league,
conversation,
Elliot,
bro.
Elliot.
He's not
Here's
in that
why. This
conversation.
is why I'm gonna disagree with it. Not because I'm looking at their stats, because I'm watching the game. There have been a couple of times where I have actually questioned: is Patrick Mahomes hurt? Because he has thrown some ducks downfield. That I mean, and his guys are 5 yards past the defender. I mean, ain't no guarantee they're gonna catch it because they lead the league in drops, but still.
He ain't hurt.
And he's
ain't
throwing the ball and it's like it's fluttering. It's not the same. Like, I think something is wrong with Patrick Mahomes because the ball does not come out his hand as well. He has made very poor decisions this year, throwing interceptions into coverages that you would think a player of Patrick Mahomes' caliber would never have even attempted, but he's done some of those things. The big mistakes, Pat Mahomes has made them. Those big mistakes, Jared Goff has not made the big mistakes yet. Tua has not made the big mistakes. Even the one pick six that he threw was off a tip ball. So you could say it was a bad decision, but it wasn't the big mistake. Like, it was a glaring poor decision. So you can't put Pat Mahomes up there. He's a better quarterback, don't get me wrong. Playing better this year through week 6, through week 7? Nah. Not even close.
No
He
way.
in the MVP race still.
He ain't in no
Still in
MVP
MVP.
race, man.
He's
No,
not.
he's not. No, he's not.
Who are you saying in the MVP race, Elliot?
Pat Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
You got the X Bishop. Where's the
I
X
don't
at,
know
man?
if I don't know if I can put him in the MVP race.
He would be there from name value only because he's Patrick
And
Mahomes.
I mean, just to be real with you, I think Tua is probably playing the best. Then Mahomes, then Josh, and then Golf.
So here's the thing. If we're going to do this show, I'm going to need you to download. If you go to the NFL app, they got this thing where you can purchase their league pass so you can actually watch games.
I got it.
And
I got it.
And see these guys
I got
and see
it.
these guys
NBA
play
League
for
Pass,
real.
NFL League Pass, I got it all.
No. But I'm saying the NFL League Pass,
got it
go
all.
on it, you get to rewatch the games after they're over because you can only watch
Yep.
one at a time. It's obvious that you're not watching them play. You have not watched every Bills game and say that through 7 weeks. The Buffalo, with Josh Allen. Listen, man.
Oh, come on.
Josh Allen. I like to refer to him as Apollo's chariot. He gonna take you way, 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 way up, and then it's got the biggest drop of any roller coaster in the state of Virginia. So he is gonna give you 4 touchdowns one week and 4 turnovers the next. I can't depend on winning a Super Bowl or even give him credit for everything that he's done because he's had 2 great games, 2 questionable games, and 2 terrible games. That doesn't say top 5 playing to me.
So are you gonna actually include the top tier teams that Detroit not playing? I mean, their schedules probably
wait.
Their schedules weak as among any of those quarterbacks you just talked about.
But they started off by beating the one that you talked about.
And then, right, barely. And then you got they got the Bears twice and Minnesota twice. Come on. They should win them games. They're a good team. But their schedule is weak.
Puff pass, man.
We got to stop with all this stuff. They play who they play.
And they all NFL players.
That's what you say, Elliot. That's what you say, Elliot.
Any given
so don't
Sunday.
say who they played. They beat who they played, and they lost who they played. Whether the quarterback situation, the quarterback situation
is different.
The quarterback situation, who's playing the best? You come on, bro. You way far. You far fetched.
Of course, ain't none of them the GOAT. I mean, but they,
Bishop, if you don't X him out, you been drinking, man.
if they're not, none
Something.
of them Tom Brady, man.
Something.
We talking about the
None of them
GOAT.
Tom
We talking
Brady.
about right now. Where you at, man?
I'm just,
What did you just say about Tom Brady?
None of them. They don't. They can't play to that type of level, man. They not Tom Brady.
Hey, watch this. If you take away the years with Randy Moss, not 1 year in Tom Brady's entire career through 7 weeks, if you looked at the stats and watched the game, you would have said he's playing quarterback the best out of everybody in the league. Not one time. Not one time. It was never his game. What made Tom Brady great is in the clutch situations, he always made the right play. And that's what makes him a great quarterback.
Did he ever win MVP?
Can't.
Yes.
Yeah. Twice.
So why would you say? Why would you say he wasn't?
No.
Explain yourself.
So first of all, MVP is just about, it's a popularity contest because if your team bro, if your team goes 17-0 or 16-1 and you're the quarterback, you're winning the MVP. Let's not even. They even try to do it to, like when Seattle, they wanted to make Russ the MVP when the team was really cared about the defense of Marshawn Lynch. So it's always a popularity contest. So that's first. The reason why I say that is because statistically, Tom Brady never put up the type statistics that would enter this conversation that we're having right now, who's playing the best at QB so far at any point of the season. No, man, you look at which quarterbacks are playing the best. You look at their statistics, but you also look at how they're turning the ball over, how they're leading the team situationally, how they're playing. You look at a lot of completions. When you're throwing a bunch of jump balls, I really don't get at to the quarterback. So even though the quarterback will have that stats, I won't say he's playing
throw Trevor Lawrence into there then.
It's possible, but Trevor Lawrence has had two very bad games. Like very bad games, like throwing pick sixes, like who we were throwing to. So we're not talking about an indictment of these players' talent. We're saying who's playing the best so far this year. And to me, it's only two people in that discussion. And I put Jared Goff number 1 and Tua number 2.
All right. We at that time now. We have to
I put that.
Man,
Will your ex?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, Russell Wilson. They ain't losing because of Russ.
if Elliott put Mahomes, I got to put that.
No, two different.
No, I'm surprised he didn't say Sam Howell number 2.
No, he ain't there.
I'm joking,
man. That's it. All right, well, let's get rid of that because sometime when we go on that who you got, it'll take us through the all the way through. So let's see then. Let's go to who we got. That's what it is after last week. It's hard for y'all to break it, man. It's getting to a point now where it's not pretty no more.
You're picking first every time now. So
hey man, I'm just saying I can pick first. I know how to do this, man. Howard, you had a good week. Elliot, I know how to do this. Howard, you had a good week.
You know how to
Howard
do
went 10-6.
Go ahead, Howard.
This is my worst week ever.
Yeah,
but all the favorites lost. And Howard picked all the underdogs.
I think it was 11-5 if I got the Chiefs right. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go to get these games up.
Them Commanders surprised me.
Yeah.
Need suntan.
You definitely can't bank on them.
You can't.
Definitely can't bank on them. All right, let's see what we got for these picks for next
Just
week.
so you know, I'm rooting for Denver to lose every single game this year and have the number 1 pick. And
hey, they get ready to turn it on.
I don't even want them to hide number. Yeah, I want them to hide number 1, and then I want them to trade number 1 with the number 2 so they can get all those picks. Because I don't want Caleb Williams. I want Penix. Penix from Washington is the quarterback I want. Good to you.
All right. Jaguars, Saints. Who you got?
Carl balled out last week.
I'm going with Jags.
Dang it.
I don't know if Lawrence is playing this week. Mm. If Lawrence ain't
I'm gonna
playing, I
go
don't
with
know
the
who to go
Saints,
with.
but I'm going with the Saints. I mean, the Jags, but I reserve the right to call you and tell you Lawrence ain't playing, so I want to change my pick.
Yeah, I feel you. Howard.
Oh man, the Jags and the Saints. Whew. Everybody went with the Jags, huh?
Elliot, what you got?
I'm going
You
with
ain't let
the
me
Saints.
pick, man.
Because I'm trying to get Elliot because you say everybody went with the Jags. He didn't pick yet.
Yeah, I got the Saints.
Elliot went with the Saints. I'm going to
right.
Jags, man. I'm going
Okay.
to Jags.
All right, we got Buccaneers against the Falcons. I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going with the Bucs. I'm going with the
It's gonna
Bucs.
be the 1 week Baker
I got the
Mayfield
Falcons.
do it, continue to do what he do and just disappoint me.
Give me the
Raiders
Bucs.
against Raiders
ATL.
against the Bears. Raiders against the Bears. I'm going to Raiders.
I got the Raiders.
It's at Chicago.
At Chicago.
Yep.
At Chicago.
Yeah, but what's the name ain't playing?
All right, I got the Raiders.
Howard.
Even without Jimmy G. That's hard because Jimmy G might not be playing.
Raiders.
Jeez, man, this is gonna be another upset. Everybody gonna be mad that we all lost.
Browns against the Colts. I'm going with the Browns.
I got the Browns.
Browns.
Ooh, this next one is hard.
We got the Commanders against the Giants. I'm going with the Commanders.
I got the Commanders.
I'm gonna go Giants.
Yeah, if Daniel Jones don't play, I'm going Giants.
So you going with the Commanders?
I'm going with Giants, man.
We got the Lions against the Ravens.
Woo!
Ooh.
I got the Ravens.
I really want the Ravens to win, but I can't be gassing Jared Goff up all this time and then pick against him. So I'm gonna go Lions.
Howard.
Give me the Ravens at home.
Bills Patriots. I'm going with the Bills.
I got the Bills.
Yeah, I got the Bills. Hey, they look like I'm wearing a big medallion. I'm blinging.
I don't know, man. The Patriots have got extra practices in this week, so they might win. I'm going with the Bills.
You know Bill coming with
You
it.
going with who, Howard?
The Bills.
Bill might quit in the second quarter.
You didn't even tell me y'all ain't got no faith in that great coach.
No, man, not at all. No.
Elliot, they act like he the best ever. Cardinals, Seahawks.
Give me the Seahawks at home.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
I got the Seahawks.
Real.
Elliot.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks.
All right, we got the Steelers, Rams.
Steelers been killing me.
Give me the Rams at home. Give me the Rams at home.
Steelers been killing me. I pick them, they lose. I pick against them, they win. They've been killing me.
Yeah, they're gonna be hard to beat the Rams though, at home.
The Rams almost like the Chargers though. They just be hosting home games for the other team.
Yeah, man. All right, give me the Steelers.
What's wrong, Bishop?
All right,
What's
cool.
wrong, baby?
You know I was waiting. I was waiting. Give me the Rams.
Okay.
You know I was waiting.
Oh,
I got the Rams.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my Steelers. They gonna lose though. Chargers, Chiefs.
Chargers.
They
Chiefs.
playing in KC. I'm gonna go. Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs.
Okay, I was about to say, go ahead and pick that upset. I'm going Chiefs.
Howard.
Chargers
Chargers
need
can
this,
win
man.
this game though. They do.
They need it. They really do. They need it. But I'm going Kansas City.
All right.
Denver needed too. They
Packers,
ain't even playing.
Broncos. Packers, Broncos. I'm going Broncos.
Oh my God. You know what? You would do that to me.
Yep, I'm going Broncos.
Cause I want to pick against them every week. But if I do it this week and they lose, you pick up a game.
Yep.
I can't have that.
I'm gonna pick up a game anyway.
Oh no, because you'd have lost both of the ones that we are against each other. So I'm picking up 2 games this week. I feel like they're gonna upset me and win too many games to get a good quarterback, and this is probably one of them. So I'm gonna go Broncos.
Elliot.
Tough right here. And the Broncos at home.
I'm going Packers.
All right, we got Dolphins, Eagles. Uh-oh.
Oh my Lord.
Uh-oh.
Whatever y'all say, I'm going the opposite of. How about that?
Oh man.
Give me the Dolphins, man.
Shucks.
This October, they playing in Philly. The weather's still gonna be decent. All right, Tone. Since you waiting on me and all that phony breathing, I'm gonna go. And I usually don't hesitate on this.
Hey Siri, who wins, Dolphins or the Eagles?
What'd she say?
I'm going with it. She said the last time they played, the Dolphins trounced the Eagles by a score of 48-10, August 22nd, 2022. That was a preseason game, but that's the last time they played.
All right. Dang, man. I'm gonna go.
I got Eagles.
Go ahead, Elliot.
You take the Eagles at home.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. 49ers, Vikings. I'm going 49ers.
49ers.
Yeah, same.
All right, that's all of them. Right there, that's all the games for next week.
Who played Thursday night?
Saints and
game.
Jaguars.
Yeah.
Saints.
So it's a good game. Okay. I like that. It's a good game.
Yeah,
y'all know the Giants got cheated Sunday, man.
You know they got what? Cheated?
They got cheated, man.
You think so?
That was a pass. That was a pass interference on that last play.
Oh, definitely.
There you go, Tom.
That was a pass interference, man.
Yeah, I was just rocking my medallion. That's all.
That's funny.
It's called football, Howard. It's called football.
I know, man. But they got to get it right, man.
It's called football, man. Come on.
They got to get it right. I don't care what it's called.
They got to play on the field, win it on the field. They can't let the refs dictate the outcome of games at the end of the game like that.
Hey, man, you say that. It's been some terrible calls that have cost games. Those are just bad calls. They're bad calls, and they cost games.
I'm going to say it's not a bad call because that's what instant replay is for.
No, you can't replay penalties. You can't replay penalties.
No instant replay.
You can't replay penalties. So if a ref makes a bad decision,
and we go back and count all bad calls, we have a lot of different outcomes.
Yeah, because Franco Harris wouldn't have had that touchdown.
I didn't say that, Bishop.
I'm just saying.
No, you didn't say it. He said
the replay shows the ball hit the ground.
Where does replay shows? Where that show at?
Go watch the play. When he reaches down to catch the ball, he puts his hand on the ball hits the ground, then he reaches and grabs it. So
I'm
it
gonna go
did touch
look at
his
that. I
hand.
ain't see
I
It
don't-
did.
You
It
act
did.
like that. You act like that's a fact and not a
No.
conspiracy theory.
If you go and watch the play. His hands did touch it first, but in today's NFL, when they talk about he picked that ball up after it hit the ground, and so they would have overturned it in today's game. I ain't saying that I thought it was a good catch. I also thought Dan's catch on the sideline against Green Bay was a good catch, but the NFL rules, you just never know what a catch is. I ain't saying it wasn't a good catch. I'm saying it would have been overturned by replay.
Gotcha.
The catch is whatever the ref call it on the field.
Except a catch is reviewable. Penalties are not.
Sir, get your appreciation right, man.
The Giants
And-
still lost, Howard. I mean, any
and
way
your
you slice
eyes-
it, they lost.
And when people say that people got cheated, man, that's
not cheated.
I'm just
But
saying
The refs
they got bumped out of a game. man.
unfairly affected the game. Yeah, the refs unfairly
That's
affected
all
the
I'm
game.
saying.
Oh, I know. You know what? You know what? I didn't have on there, and let's talk about this before we leave out. Let me put this on here. I had it on there, but I don't know what happened to it. But
Dion.
yeah.
I knew you was coming with it.
If you talk about what Stephen A. said about Shador,
What did he say about Shador?
oh, basically he said, we know your coach has the bravado, but if you look at every time Deion Sanders stepped on the field, he was the best player. He was always going to bring it. He was doing this. You can't be out there doing all this showboating and blowing a 29-point lead, getting your butt kicked on the field. It's time to cut it out and play ball, worry about what's going on the field. That's what Stephen A. said about Shador and the rest of Colorado, the team. It was like, you can't have the same bravado your coach had. He earned his. Y'all ain't done nothing to earn it so far. So he said that, and everybody was jumping on Stephen A. And
What was wrong with what Stephen A. Do anybody see anything wrong? I know Elliott don't see nothing wrong.
Well, just
I
the
don't see
way
nothing
he
wrong
said
with
it. It's just the way he said it, like, yo, but you ain't done nothing to earn it. You know how Stephen A. do.
Yeah.
So he made it
That was
a lot.
a pretty good impression right there. You might have been working on that one. Hey, that was a pretty good one. Oh, Bobby. So it was with attitude. The whole thing.
Yeah, right. But I mean, he was still being sincere. I personally agree with it, but he been getting a lot of hate online.
How can you agree with anything? Anybody say anything negative about Colorado?
Bruh, if somebody say they can't block, correct. If someone say that they can't stop anybody, correct. You can say all the negative you want. And I happen to agree it was cool, I think, the first time, and I got caught up in the hype. But I'm getting sick of the watch too. I'm getting sick of the watch, man. I mean, bruh, we know your dad was paid. We know you got NIL. I'm just getting sick of the watch, man. Go out there, because people like Elliott don't think you can win any games.
Mhm.
And you know what? Right now, you proving them right by blowing 29-point leads.
The
Forget all of
problem
that.
is, like
Be
I
humble.
told y'all from day one. Actually, me and Elliott kind of told y'all from day one.
Both of y'all ain't right.
I don't understand.
What you tell us from day one? Go ahead.
You're not right.
What I've stressed on from day one is, with the way y'all acting, not y'all two, but them, you put a bullseye on their back for every team.
You getting everybody's
You getting everybody.
A game.
Ain't nobody nobody's trying to be the one that loses to Colorado.
correct.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
And that's
I
part
agree
of
with-
that. And that's part of that whole atmosphere.
Yep.
And it's trickling down to the kids. They act just like their coach act.
No, Shador.
I don't
Is
understand
the-
why y'all don't say that.
No. But I'm saying I don't think they're doing it because of their coach. I think they're doing it because they have license from their team leader to do it. And so, because all the players aren't like that, it's just the players that are spotlighted. Because like when you go talk to Edwards ain't doing that stuff. Edwards come over there, he young, he just getting there, but he about his business. But Hunter, Weaver, Shador, Shiloh, like those guys who are doing, what they're not realizing is that y'all running off at the mouth and putting the bullseye on everybody's back. It ain't like they come in the game just saying, if I get a chance to tackle Shador or Hunter, I'm going to hit them real hard. They're like, no, whoever got on a black jersey with a gold helmet, I'm going to give them everything I got because I'm sick of them talking this mess. I would think you're right. They are putting a larger bullseye that needs to be. They would have been a smooth, heartwarming story that everybody could get behind. And even though they go out there to try to beat them, they're going to be like, yo, man, I'm rooting for you. They have made themselves villains to everyone.
Elliot, what are you laughing at?
Man, hey. I mean, he's right though. I mean, they are a target, but I mean, they did that to themselves. It ain't just them. It's Deion. He all a part of that. They all a part of that, man. And I'm rooting for him because he Deion Sanders. I want him to succeed, but that's 2-3 years down the road before you begin to see the fruits of the labor. What they just did, that's part of the any given Sunday stuff. They showed up. They played decent, had some good opportunities. They won some games. That's over.
Hey man, this game they quit. If you watch the game, they were up 29-0, and then the players started dancing. They were chilling. They went out there, and them boys over there in Stanford who ain't won but one game before this, they came out and they came out ready to fire, and they just blew them boys up.
They didn't change the game plan. The game plan was the same as it was in the first half. They didn't change anything.
What happened was you got out there and you took your foot off the gas. You start, reading your own press clippings and, listening to the fans and stuff. And they were at home. And again, on a Thursday night, it was still a star-studded sideline. So when you got young kids who ain't never been there before, who feel like they doing something so incredible, yeah, they took their foot off the gas and they got exactly what they deserve. And honestly, this is one of those things where they say coaching moments. You usually want to find coaching moments in a win. Like, I'm sure Deion would rather have gone into overtime, won the game, and then be able to say, they should not have been in this game. Y'all doing this, and be able to yell at them. But unfortunately, he got to yell at them after a loss.
Howard, what do you think about the whole thing before we get off?
Yeah, it's you bring, look, the notoriety was already there. Deion Sanders going to Colorado State. He already hyping them up, saying what he gonna be able to do. Who said they've overachieved every week? What person up here say they overachieved?
Elliot.
They have overachieved. They weren't supposed to win, but 3. I gave them 5. They had them. They predicted only 3.
They wasn't supposed to.
Elliot, they're not overachieving. They're in fact underachieving. This team, when you look at what college football is, the team who has the best skill position players and the best offensive scheme tend to win games. I'm going to tell you, from coaching high school football, it's been teams out there we ain't had no business beating. But when you spread these teams out and you make them go up and down the field and do things like that, there are players who play on offense are also playing on defense. We run them up and down the field. We're just out scheming them. But they are a much better team. No, so what I'm saying is Colorado has among the top skill players at the positions and in the entire country. So they're not overachieving. They're underachieving because they can't put together any kind of consistency on the offensive line. And then Shador refuses to run the ball. I don't know why. He keeps trying to make the big play all the time, and he holds the ball too long. And the sacks, a lot of the sacks don't have to go on the offensive line. That kind of thing.
So you just talking about offense, or you not including?
No. What I'm saying is college football, if you look at the Big 12, which is where they're
giving
going.
Up 36 points. That's the most.
Dude, If you look in the Big 12 where they're going, nobody plays defense. Every game is in the 40s and 50s on both sides. What I'm saying is they're underachieving because they don't have those skill players that they have on offense, on defense. Yeah, they got Hunter, but he's playing the whole game. This dude plays 90% of the snaps.
That's why we should be talking about Oregon. That's why we should be talking about Oregon and Washington. Because I wanted to get that on there, Bishop, because of what the coach said about Deion and them.
Oh, yeah. What about Oregon and Washington?
Washington beat Oregon. Oregon, yeah, Saturday. Yeah.
And when you talk about refs and games and messing games up,
but how are you?
Elliot,
that don't make up for them beating Colorado.
No,
yeah, it do.
No,
yes, it do. To me, it do. To me,
that don't make up.
Don't go nowhere in the dub column.
Bishop,
I can't.
It does to me.
I understand.
Deion gonna send him a thank you card.
What I don't understand is how. Well, let me ask you something. How do you think Colorado is overachieving? Has overachieved already?
No, it's no overachieving. Remember, I told you from the jump that they're going to have a winning season.
I don't understand how y'all, with a straight face, can say that they didn't overachieve.
Okay. Look, the team
the season
that they
ain't even
lost
over.
to. No, the team that they just lost to, Stanford. They blew a 29-point lead. Stanford is only one
right,
game.
The worst team in the
No,
Pac-12.
listen, they're a better team than Stanford. That's an underachieving move. Colorado State, that shouldn't have been a game. That should not have been a game.
But what you're doing, you can't go whether they overachieve or underachieve by what they're doing now. You got to go with if they overachieve by underachieve by what was. What did everybody say they were gonna do before the season started?
This is how what everybody say.
3 games.
No, here's the thing. I don't go by what everybody's saying. I'm looking at when you line up the players on the field, which team has more talent? And as far as top end talent, every game.
You said that they weren't going to be good.
No, because I told you where you win and lose games in college football. It's in the trenches, offensive and defensive lines.
But then that whole soliloquy you said had nothing to do with trenches. You talked about if you got the best skill position, you win. Right. You win games. That's what you just said.
Because the other teams also don't have the teams that I'm talking about. Stanford doesn't have a dominant offensive and defensive line. Colorado State doesn't have a dominant offensive and defensive line. I'm talking about when they're playing like talent. Colorado has better on skill positions.
Yeah, but
they were outmanned against Oregon and against USC.
3 games. And you win 5 games, that's not overachieving.
But I told you in the beginning, I expected them to win no less than 6, and I put them on 7.
You expected that. You expected that.
But when the season started, when I told you when those skill position players that they had or whatever, and when they got Edwards that came over because he wasn't there for spring ball when
so in your mind, if you had 6, I can see why you said
so they could still get 6, so they might be right where I said they were going to be.
They're gonna come off the bye. They're gonna lose to UCLA. Then they're gonna come back the next week and lose to Oregon State. They might beat Arizona. Then
they're gonna lose to Oregon State. They're gonna lose to Oregon State. They're gonna lose to Washington. So they got 2 wins. I think they could beat UCLA, and I think they could beat Arizona.
No.
Okay. Those teams don't have dominant offensive and defensive lines. That's what I'm telling you. So here's the thing. Oregon, blowing everybody out that they're playing against. Then they go and play against Alabama, and Alabama has the best defensive line, and they beat them mercilessly. They go play against Georgia, who has the best defensive line. They beat them mercilessly.
#1 team in the country.
But what I'm saying is the reason why they're number 1 is because they have the best combination of offensive and defensive line. Because no one will sit here and tell you that the Georgia Bulldogs have the skill position. As a matter of fact, if you line up skill position for skill position, Colorado has better skill positions than Georgia. But Georgia, no, you can disagree all you want to. I'm telling you that from a player performance, from a player stats, from a recruitment, from the skill position,
Wide receiver, running back. Georgia might have the edge. No, Georgia definitely has the edge in running back. But at wide receiver, Colorado. At quarterback, Colorado. At tight end, nah, the best tight end in the league is in Georgia. So 2 for 2. But this is what I'm saying. They don't have the best outside guys. They don't have the best quarterback by far. And so, but the reason why they are the most dominant
team,
team.
they 1-3.
Yo, dude,
I mean,
man.
Pac-12, they 1-3. Come on.
All right,
Okay.
man. Good episode, man. We went through. Howard, what you got to say, Howard, about Elliott? What you just said? You shaking your head.
From now on, we're gonna come up here and put an X over Elliott before he even say a word. X.
All right, man. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Sports Talk Unfiltered. We see you guys next Tuesday night, 9:00 p.m. Peace out.
Yeah. Peace.